Good day and welcome to another session of the Family Equipping Ministry. In our passage today, we move on to a new segment. We had started by seeing our role and part in the body of Christ. The sections that we're going to look at starting today is the sections that would pertain to how we should live as the body of Christ before the world. And it starts off with our passage in verse 17 that says, "This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind." The Apostle Paul's statement, when he says, "This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord," actually shows a very serious and sobering statement. It is like a command with an oath. The content of the command is stated in these words, "Ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind." The Apostle Paul, as the apostle to the Gentiles, is talking to a church here that has both Jews and Gentiles in it. I believe that there is a possibility that there are more Gentiles in the Ephesus church than there are Jews for the Apostle Paul to make this distinction. They may be Gentiles in the flesh, but as the body of Christ, they are to walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their minds. Now, how exactly does this vanity of the mind look like? We read this in verses 18 to 19 with these words, "Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness." The Apostle Paul describes the vain mind of the Gentiles as following. Number one, as unknowing God. This darkened understanding is born out of an alienation from God, leading to ignorance and a blindness of heart. They simply do not know God. But the terrible thing is that if we would turn our Bibles to Romans chapter 1, verses 21 to 22, we would read these words. It says, "Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools." It's not that they do not know God, but that they refuse to acknowledge God as God. What a sad reality. But this is how Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. This is how the Apostle Paul places it, as he probably witnessed for himself. And the second way is this: they are not only unknowing God, but they are also unfeeling God. They are past feeling, and they have pursued all kinds of lasciviousness, working all uncleanness with greediness. They are sinners and eager to sin. Romans chapter 1 verses 26 to 31 actually expounds more on this. We read the details of the description of their unfeeling of God as follows. Romans chapter 1 verses 26 to 31 says this, "For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, living the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiseful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. That's a mouthful. The Apostle Paul then adjures the believers to henceforth not walk as Gentiles walk, as the body of Christ, having been saved, reconciled, forgiven all trespasses, redeemed, and made part of the body of Christ because of Christ's finished work, being delivered for our offenses and raised again for our justification. We believers are to walk a different walk. Thank you very much for listening. Do have a blessed time talking about these truths with your family. Do have a nice day, and the Lord bless you.